Hello and welcome to Odds on Ligue Matchday 22. It was no surprise that PSG were gonna thrash Brest also in the Champions League, Alain, but it's kind of a surprise, I would say. Rennes coming back from the dead with back-to-back wins and now far away from the relegation spots.
Yes, 2 games with a bit by in the bench, 2 victory, and especially 2 games without conceded goal. That one is the news. I don't remember 2 games in a row without conceded goal in the last 4 seasons in Rennes. A good news, but another good test for Rennes with this, in my opinion, the best game this week. About the Stade Rennais LOSC.
Let's analyze everything. This is the last game we have on Sunday evening, but before that, of course, a lot of games, so let's try to make some money with Alain Valnegri. Guys, remember, press the like, subscribe. Let's go on now with the show. First game on Friday, Brest, Auxerre. We analyzed in our Champions League video, Alain, the Brest PSG, and we didn't give any option to Brest. Probably they deserve to score at least 1 goal, but they lost 3-0. It's over the Champions League for them. In Ligue 1, actually, they were in good form. They are only 2 points away from the European spots, and I guess it's a good option or a good chance to win again, because Auxerre are in the middle of the table, nothing to play for, and they are winless in the last 9 in Ligue 1.
Yes, now the objective for Brest is go back to Europe. They're not far. They're not far, only 4 points to the Europa League, without more Champions League game, because the next week will be the last this season. I am really surprised about the odds. Because you check the table, you check the team, the value, the technical value about both teams, and you said that odds 2002,10 for Brest. Why? I explain you. In the first game this season, Auxerre won 3-0 against Brest. In my opinion, the book is sold. Brest will be played the next week in Champions. They will have the focus in the Champions League games. I think it's a wrong idea. It's a wrong idea because the focus is now to winning against Auxerre, to have that 2 last game in victory in French competition, have the focus and start to conserve that positive role. Auxerre away, they suffer, especially since the beginning of the year. 0 point, 3 games, 0 point. A lot of goals received, 9 goals in 3 games in Angers, in Strasbourg, in Monaco. Monaco, I don't know, is not in his best form. Pellissier have problem. When they played away, we saw defensive problem against Auxerre last week. For that reason, I choose Brest winning, odds 2.13.
Great odds indeed to back Brest. Next game, Olympique Marseille, Saint-Etienne. Olympique Marseille getting a good distance now with the 4th and the 5th. They beat Angers and Lyon in the last 2 games, and of course they are super favorites, Alain, because Saint-Etienne are in the bottom 3, and we know how bad they are away from home, and even they are in a poor form in general, only 2 points in the last 5 games.
Yes, Etienne will be fight again against relegation until the end of the season. That one is a fact. Is a fact. We understood the limit about the squad, and this game arrive in a very good moment for Saint-Etienne. There will be break that negative row. They don't won a game since the 4th of January. It will be 2 months at the beginning of March, and there must to change that average of points if they want to save the category. In Marseille is not the best game to break this row. is a classical game in French football. But Marseille, in this moment, we see that against Lyon, we see that against Angers is in a very good moment of form. Benacer, I think, is a very good signing. In the middle, with 𝗀𝗵𝗿𝗀, Benacer is the second best midfield in France, actually. And 𝗀𝗏, in my opinion, is a very, very, very good signing. I think he's motivated. In Rennes, it was a little loose, but it was more psychological than technical problem, because he's a really strong player, the Lyon former striker. In my opinion, Marseille will start really strong these games, and I see Marseille win at the end of the first half, odds 1.69.
Let's go to the next game, Monaco-Nantes. Monaco also involved in the Champions League. Remember, in the middle of the tie with Benfica, they lost at home. So they have to save forces, I guess, to go to Toulouse. They are in a bad moment in general, also in the Ligue 1, despite they won at least the last two home games against Auxerre and Rennes. Nantes, Alain, 3 points away from the bottom three. They lost to Brest in the derby, as we mentioned before. It's only one win in the last 7 games.
Yes, but in the last 4, we saw an improvement. We saw an improvement, especially against Lyon, in Reims, in Saint-Etienne, their catch point away. I think signing Anthony Lopez is a very good signing for the like goalkeeper. And he bring leadership in Nantes. Now against Brest, Nantes suffer the team who play a really direct football. Nantes is a transition team, is a counter-attack team against team who can open a little his defense, like Monaco, because Monaco have the ambition to play in the last 30 meters of the rival, not feel comfortable. For that reason, I think Nantes can be scored against this Monaco. This Monaco is not in a very good moment. Monaco, the beginning of the year, maybe we saw the best version one night against Aston Villa. Except that, both victory against Rennes and Auxerre at home was a little lying, because against Rennes they suffered until the last seconds. Against Auxerre, they found a team in a really, really bad moment in the management of the results, and in the last 30 minutes we don't understand why, what happened to Auxerre to concede 3 goals. But that one don't speak well about Monaco. And yesterday against Benfica, we saw again the limit, in spite of Al-Musrati was sent off. But the team at this moment is probably the worst moment of form. For that reason, I don't choose 1x2. I choose both teams to score, also 1.73.
Next game, Toulouse PSG. PSG in the best moment of the season. Dembélé flying, scoring, assisting, perhaps the best player in Europe right now. 16 goals only in Ligue 1 for Ousmane Dembélé. They are going to qualify for the last 16 round of the Champions League, and is 14 wins and 1 draw in the last 15 games. Alain, it's impossible not to back them.
No, it's the best. I think it's one of the sweeter moment of this property, because it's the first time where we saw and we feel a collective team, and that one, I think Luis Enrique is the brain to build that with Luis Campos. They work really well in the market. They choose really well the player to adapt his model of play, to interpret, his model of play. And now he's really dominant. In France, you see the game. It was an accident against the draw against Stade de Reims. But he was in the middle of after the game, after City and the game in Stuttgart was really important for the season. And yes, we saw a really high average of goal score, but we saw a really average of goal occasion create. And that one is a good sign of the 𝐿𝐶 about the team. Now Toulouse is not in a good moment. We saw a lot of limits. Maybe the best game of Toulouse was away in the last week, especially in Lyon. But at home, Toulouse are suffering because in Ligue 1 we must to go back at the middle of December and the victory against Saint-Etienne to catch a victory of Toulouse. And the schedule was not impossible because they lose against Strasbourg, they lose against Montpellier, losing against 𝐬𝐭𝐴𝐺 in Coupe de France. In Toulouse, I feel something bad. The relationship vestiary with the manager, and we will see another game really with a high domination of Paris Saint-Germain, a lot of creation from the flank, and in my opinion, we will see a lot of corner. For that reason, I choose corner market over 8.5 corner, odds 1.60.
For Sunday, 5 games. Montpellier-Lyon is the first one. Montpellier back in the bottom of the table, back-to-back defeats against Strasbourg and Lens. Lyon back to European spots after thrashing Reims, Alain.
Yes, Lyon is, in my opinion, is a team with the technical value to play in Champions. Now is a team with some problem in the regularity. Then we saw really good game of Lyon, but we saw really bad game with Lyon. Especially in January was a really bad month for Lyon. And there must to change that. Maybe against Reims, they cut that bad row. We wait a confirmation in Montpellier. Sunday, Montpellier is fighting against relegation. 𝐻𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐵 try to found every week some new words to motivate his vestiary, but Montpellier have a lot of injured player. Maybe the lower back can be key to save the category, but against Lyon, see a lot of difficulty. In spite of that, since 𝐻𝐿𝐴 is back in Montpellier, they won only 2 games at home, and it was against Champions League team because they beat Brest and they beat Monaco. After the last game against Lens, they suffer a lot against a team who has a lot of similarity about the model of play of Lyon, especially right now with Fonseca in the bench. And Lyon is really favorite for this game. If people want to try a big surprise, we can choose the double opportunity with an odds 2.30, but I choose Lyon winning because Lyon need points to go in Champions, odds 1.67.
Well, the other team in the relegation zone is Le Havre. They shocked us by winning in the north of France in the Decathlon Arena in Lille. So they are alive after 8 winless games, and now they are hosting and receiving the third best team in France so far. Nice great win against Lens after the KO in FA in the French Cup.
Yes, Le Havre is the worst local team, only 6 points at home. The last game in Lille was one of the biggest surprise since the beginning of 2025. And I agree, Le Havre don't give you the feeling is a team with a lot of quality, but every time we think Le Havre is finished, Le Havre is done, Le Havre go back to second division, they have that reaction. And that winning in Lille is difficult. Not a lot of team can be said that only Paris Saint-Germain won this season. Real Madrid lose in Lille this season. Now, Nice is in a very good moment of form. I think they're doing a really bad Europa League, Nice, but in Ligue 1, there will be fight until the end for a Champions League spot, because I think the team is every day more a team of 𝗲𝗲𝗍𝐻, who went to Champions League with Lens, and in my opinion, he will be fight until the end for that European spot. Nice really favorite, really favorite. There will be found a favorable context in Le Havre, and I choose Nice winning odds 1.70.
Lens Strasbourg is our next game. Lens drop from European spots after that defeat against Nice. Strasbourg beat Montpellier and are with options to play in Europe next season. Alain is one defeat in the last 8 only for Strasbourg.
Yes, we must to understand a little what is the plan. They're losing in Coupe de France against Angers at home, and it was a really bad game for Strasbourg in a competition where Strasbourg had ambition, because Coupe de France is always is really important in France, the Coupe de France, and losing against Angers in the 18th final don't give you a good taste. But they had good reaction with the victory against Montpellier. A clear victory, a game with a strong domination, with a lot of finalization. We saw the best version of Strasbourg. And for this game against Lens, in my opinion, will be a game really dynamic, with a really high rhythm. Is a box-to-box game, because both teams are counter-attack team, and they want really high risk. We saw in the first game this season with a 2-2 really funny game in 𝐵𝗲𝗏, with a 2-2 with 4 goals, and I think in Lens we will see a lot of goals, and I choose goal market over 2.75 goals at 1.95.
Well, a scary game of the weekend, or difficult to back, is Reims-Angers, and Reims are in terrible form. 4 points only from the relegation zone. No wins in the last 10 Ligue 1 games. Angers also fighting against relegation. 5 points from the bottom 3. It's 1 point in the last 3 games. Difficult to back any of these teams. For sure, to back Reims.
Yes, maybe Angers have something more at this moment. I not agree the value of the odds, because Angers away are doing a really good season. It's 10 in the table from the point win away, and their catch point in difficult field in Marseille. Their catch point in Monaco. And we saw the best version that won in 𝗲𝗏𝗏 in Coupe de France. Now Reims changed the manager. Reims, we don't saw a reaction in Lyon, because it was a really poor content in Lyon. But Reims have quality to go out about this bad situation. Reims is built to have another type of ambition during the season, and I wait a Reims really offensive. Angers feel really comfortable with team who have the initiative and wanna play, wanna attack, and for that reason I choose both teams to score. Odds 1.81.
And the last game, as you said, the most interesting game of the weekend is Stade Lille, with Lille 5th and out of the Champions League spots after the shocking defeat against Le Havre, and also out of the French Cup. They lost to Dunkirk at home as well. And it's a team, remember, that they are directly qualified for the top 16 round of the Champions League. And one great reaction with 𝗲𝗍𝗍𝗀 on the bench after sacking Sampaoli.
Yes, we wait that. I think that he arrived late. And we don't understood at the beginning, why they choose Sampaoli to save the team. But wow, it will be worst. And with Sampaoli, they touch the bottom three of the table. And with that type of squad, wow, Rennes is a team with a lot of ambition, with a lot of quality, with probably one of the best academy in France. It's impossible to see Rennes in this position. Now, Bay have the reaction. Lille is coming in Bretagne. With this game, we see how fast can go the things in the football. Because 2 weeks ago, Lille probably should be really favorite. But now, after the worst week of Lille this season, out in Coupe de France against Dunkerque, losing against one of the worst teams like Le Havre at home, their travel to Rennes, who came with two victory without goal received. It's difficult to predict. It's really difficult to predict, but I choose goal because I think Lille will wanna change and wanna kill his bad week, and Rennes, in my opinion, with 𝗵𝗿𝗍, there will be scored minimum 1 goal per game, and we understood that since he arrived in the bench in Bretagne. Over 2.25 goals, odds 1.71.
Well, this is it for the weekend in France. Remember, as always, that you can post your own tips in Oddspedia and win some cash thanks to our tipster competitions, or create your own one thanks to rivals. Alain, safe bet?
Lens Strasbourg over 1.75 goals, odds 1.25.
And the ACCA?
Monaco Nantes over 1.75 goals. Montpellier Lyon winning. Stade Rennais Lille over 2.25 goals for a total 3.45.
Thanks, Alain. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Bye-bye.